Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cage Tales React. Today we're going to talk about the Luke Cage trailer.
Luke Cage.
Netflix finally dropped a full trailer. They did a little teaser at the end of Daredevil Season 2, which was cool, but this was better. We actually got to see a lot more combat. We got to see him destroying his clothes again. You know, they had that joke at the end of Daredevil that his clothes keep getting ruined. One thing I do want to point out in this trailer is he definitely had super strength.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like,
He wrecked some shit.
Right, he pulled off a door off a car. He pulled some like beams out of the wall, busted down a steel cage. They didn't really play that up in Jessica Jones. They more or less kind of showed that he was a strong dude who had bulletproof skin. So I was worried he wasn't going to have the super strength. But I mean, they definitely showed it.
The only time you could really kind of tell is when he would get the liquor bottle smashed against his head, because even a super strong person would have reacted a little bit to that.
Exactly.
But it just kind of smashed over his head.
Well, what about in the close to the end of Jessica Jones when Kilgrave controlled him?
Did he? But yeah, he kept up with her, like fighting her. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did kind of show it there. But this they just kind of made it a little bit more obvious. You know, like even when he like bent the door. The other thing that they did really well was match with the music. You know, a little bit of Wu-Tang. That was awesome.
That was pretty great.
Yeah, that was solid. They also showed that he was kind of a reluctant hero, which is similar to Luke Cage in the comics. You know, he did the Heroes for Hire for a little while. For a long time, he was just kind of laying low. Back then, he wore a tiara. I don't see that coming out in this.
No.
I really hope he dons the orange shirt again. They showed him wearing an orange/yellow shirt in like the first episode of Jessica Jones. They never really went back to it. But that was my favorite costume for him, is the yellow shirt or the orange shirt. So I hope they go back to it. But overall, it was a cool trailer. They didn't show much. It's kind of him beating up some people,
which I think is fine. I mean, that's what you mostly expect,
right?
And then there's the little bit of the political and the little bit of the serious stuff that goes on.
I think we'll probably see him dealing with a couple people that maybe gave him the powers. You know, they mentioned that it was like a not a freak accident, but like a freak experiment.
Right.
So I hope that they play that up a little bit. In the comic books, his first big outing is against one of his friends from when he was kind of a gangbanger in high school. And it seemed like maybe that's what they were playing up here, is that might have been a peer of his when he was younger. Possibly. They might change up the story a little bit. But overall, it seems like they might be going along that way. It's just probably just Luke Cage finding his own and becoming a hero.
Right.
Because like the old dude said in the show, is like he should have been doing this, and
like everybody else
exactly, like Jessica Jones and Daredevil and maybe Iron Fist. So it's cool to just be seeing that a little bit. What did you think? I mean, you're not a big Luke Cage guy.
Yeah, I honestly don't know a whole hell of a lot about him, other than he is also known as Power Man.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely interested.
I thought it was Power Fist.
Power Fist and Iron
Man.
Man.
Like I've mentioned before, like I've just always had a huge interest in these smaller known heroes that Netflix has been bringing up.
Right, yeah. And the show looks good. It comes out September 30th or somewhere around there. It comes out in September either way. So I can't wait when that comes out. So yeah, that's our thoughts on the Luke Cage trailer. If you want to check out our other Comic-Con trailers, we have those going up today as well. Look out for our Iron Fist and Doctor Strange and several other Marvel videos, along with a bunch of DC videos. So if you like those, subscribe, put a comment in the below what you thought of the Luke Cage trailer, and we're the Cage Tales, and we're out.